Imagine waking up in the morning feeling completely exhausted. You haven't started your day, you haven't faced any challenges, you haven't done any difficult work, yet somehow you already feel drained. Your mind feels heavy, your emotions feel scattered, your motivation feels weaker than it should. Now ask yourself a question. What if the biggest thing stealing your energy is not your workload, but the things you allow into your mind? What if the exhaustion you feel is not only caused by what you do, but by what you constantly think about? The arguments you replay, the opinions you chase, the people you try to please, the problems you carry that were never yours, the situations you cannot control but refuse to release. Many people spend their entire lives protecting their money, their possessions, and their physical health, but they forget to protect something far more valuable, their energy. Your energy is the invisible force behind everything you do. It determines your focus, your patience, your creativity, your ability to handle challenges. When your energy is protected, even difficult situations become manageable. But when your energy is constantly being taken, even small problems feel overwhelming. The Stoics understood this thousands of years ago. They knew that peace was not created by controlling the entire world. That was impossible. Peace was created by controlling what entered their own mind. Marcus Aurelius was one of the most powerful men who ever lived. He was the emperor of Rome. He commanded armies. He carried the responsibility of millions of people. Yet his greatest battle was not against enemies outside the empire. It was the battle within himself. Every day he faced criticism, betrayal, pressure, and uncertainty. But instead of allowing every external event to consume him, he practiced something extraordinary. He guarded his inner world. He understood that not everything deserved his attention. Not every insult deserved a response. Not every problem deserved his emotional energy. Imagine owning a beautiful garden. You spend years planting flowers, creating pathways, building a peaceful place where life can grow. Then one day you leave the gate open. Anyone can enter. Some visitors appreciate the garden. Others walk carelessly through the flowers. Some even throw trash onto the ground. Would you continue leaving the gate open? Of course not. You would protect it. You would choose carefully who enters. Your mind is that garden. Your attention is the gate. But many people leave their mental gates open all day. They allow every opinion inside, every negative comment, every unnecessary argument, every piece of bad news, every person's emotional chaos. Then they wonder why they no longer feel peaceful. There is an old story about a wise teacher who carried a small wooden box everywhere he went. A student once asked, "Master, what is inside that box?" The teacher smiled, "My peace." The student laughed. "How can peace fit inside such a small box?" The teacher opened it. Inside was nothing. The student looked confused. The teacher explained, "Most people spend their lives searching for peace outside themselves. They believe peace comes from having more, achieving more, and controlling more. But peace is not something you collect. It is something you protect." Those words reveal a powerful truth. Your peace does not disappear because life becomes difficult. It disappears because you allow unnecessary things to occupy your mind. Think about how often this happens. Someone makes a negative comment. You think about it all day. Someone disagrees with you. You replay the conversation repeatedly. Someone fails to appreciate you. You spend hours wondering why. The event lasted minutes, but your mind gave it the rest of the day. That is the hidden cost of unprotected energy. The Stoics believed every thought has a price. Every emotional reaction consumes a piece of your attention. Every unnecessary worry takes energy away from what truly matters. Epictetus taught his students a simple but powerful principle. Some things are up to us, some things are not. Your thoughts are up to you, your choices are up to you, your responses are up to you, but other people's opinions? Not yours, other people's behavior. Not yours, the past. Not yours, the future. Not fully yours. Yet how much energy do people spend trying to control these things? Imagine trying to hold back ocean waves with your hands. No matter how hard you try, the waves continue. You become exhausted. The ocean remains unchanged. This is what happens when we spend our energy fighting reality. We cannot control every person. We cannot prevent every disappointment. We cannot eliminate every challenge. but we can choose where our energy goes. That choice is freedom. Modern psychology supports this ancient wisdom. People who constantly focus on external validation and uncontrollable situations often experience higher emotional stress and mental exhaustion. Why? Because their sense of peace depends on things they cannot command. But when people focus on their own actions, values, and responses, they develop greater resilience. They become harder to disturb, not because life becomes easier, because they become stronger. There is a difference between caring and carrying. Caring means you love people. Carrying means you take responsibility for everything they feel, think, and do. Caring creates connection. Carrying creates exhaustion. Many people are not tired because they do too much. They are tired because they carry too much. They carry everyone's expectations, everyone's emotions, everyone's problems, everyone's opinions. The Stoics would ask, is this burden truly yours to carry? If the answer is no, put it down. Your energy is limited. Your attention is precious. Your peace is valuable. Do not spend them carelessly. Because every day, life will present you with countless things demanding your reaction. But wisdom gives you a powerful choice. You do not have to respond to everything. You do not have to explain everything. You do not have to fight every battle. The strongest people are not those who react to everything. They are the ones who know what deserves their energy. We will explore the psychology behind energy drain, why certain people, situations, and thoughts leave us emotionally exhausted, and how Stoic wisdom helps us create powerful boundaries without losing compassion, because protecting your energy is not selfish. It is the foundation that allows you to give your best to what truly matters. Have you ever noticed something strange? Some conversations leave you feeling inspired. You walk away with more clarity, more motivation, more peace. But other conversations leave you feeling completely exhausted. Nothing physical happened. You didn't run a marathon. You didn't lift anything heavy. You simply talked. Yet somehow, your energy disappeared. Why? Because human beings do not only exchange words, we exchange emotions. Every interaction affects our mental state. Every environment influences our thoughts. Every person we allow close to us has some impact on our inner world. This is why guarding your energy is not just a philosophical idea. It is a psychological necessity. The human brain is designed for connection. For thousands of years, survival depended on understanding the emotions and behaviors of others. Our ancestors had to notice danger quickly. They had to sense anger, fear, and tension within their communities. That ability helped humans survive. But in the modern world, the same system can become overwhelming. Now, instead of one small tribe, we are exposed to thousands of opinions every day. News, social media, arguments, criticism, comparison. The human mind was never designed to carry the emotional weight of the entire world. Yet many people attempt to do exactly that. They wake up and immediately absorb the worries of others. They scroll through negative information. They compare their lives to strangers. They enter conversations where people constantly complain. Then they wonder why they feel mentally exhausted. The problem is not that they are weak. The problem is that they have forgotten one important principle: your attention is a limited resource. Whatever receives your attention receives your energy. And whatever receives your energy begins to influence your life. Imagine your mind as a field. Every thought you repeatedly water begins to grow. If you constantly water fear, fear grows. If you constantly water anger, anger grows. If you constantly water gratitude and wisdom, peace grows. The question is, what are you allowing to grow inside you every day? One of the greatest energy drains in modern life is the desire to please everyone. Many people spend enormous amounts of energy trying to control how others see them. They carefully choose every word. They avoid disagreement. They hide their true feelings. They constantly ask, did they like me? Did I say the right thing? Are they upset with me? At first, people-pleasing feels like kindness, but over time it becomes a prison because your peace becomes dependent on everyone's approval, and that is an impossible responsibility. The Stoics understood this thousands of years ago. Epictetus taught that we should focus on our own character, not the opinions of others. Because the moment your happiness depends on another person's reaction, you surrender control over your own mind. Imagine giving someone else the keys to your house. They decide when the lights turn on. They decide when the doors open. They decide what temperature you live in. Would you do that? Probably not. Yet many people do exactly this emotionally. They allow other people's moods, opinions, and reactions to determine whether they have a good day. A stranger criticizes them. Their mood changes. Someone ignores them. Their confidence disappears. Someone disagrees with them. Their peace is destroyed. The Stoic asks a different question. Why have I given someone else authority over my inner world? There is a story about a farmer who owned a beautiful piece of land. Every morning he carefully planted seeds and cared for his crops. One day, a neighbor walked by and criticized his farming methods. "You are doing everything wrong," the neighbor said. The farmer listened quietly. The next day, another person visited and said, "Your crops are growing beautifully. You must be the best farmer in the region." The farmer smiled. His son asked, "Father, why are you not happier when people praise you and not angrier when they criticize you?" The farmer replied, "Because yesterday I was a farmer, and today I am still a farmer. The opinions of others do not change my work. This is emotional freedom, not becoming cold, not ignoring people, simply refusing to let every outside voice control your inner state." Another major energy drain is replaying the past. Many people carry emotional conversations for years. A person hurt them 5 years ago. The event lasted a few minutes, but they continue paying for it every day. The Stoics recognized that holding on to resentment is like carrying a heavy stone and expecting another person to feel the weight. You are the one carrying it. You are the one becoming exhausted. You are the one losing peace. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself that human beings make mistakes because they lack understanding. This did not mean accepting harmful behavior. It meant refusing to poison his own mind with endless anger. There is wisdom in knowing when to close a chapter, not because what happened was acceptable, but because your future deserves more energy than your past. Modern psychology calls this emotional regulation. The ability to experience emotions without allowing them to control your actions. A person with emotional strength can feel anger without becoming anger. They can feel disappointment without losing hope. They can experience criticism without losing confidence. This is exactly what Stoicism trained. The goal was never to become emotionless. The goal was to become the master of your emotions. Think about a powerful river. A weak person tries to stop the river completely. They fight against every current. Eventually, they become exhausted. A wise person learns how to navigate the river. They understand the current. They adjust the direction. They continue moving forward. Life will always contain difficult people, unexpected problems, disappointments, challenges. You cannot remove every source of stress, but you can decide how much access those things have to your peace. That is where boundaries begin. A boundary is not a wall built from anger. It is a gate built from wisdom. It says, "I care about you, but I cannot lose myself trying to control you. I respect your opinion, but I do not need your approval. I understand your emotions, but I am not responsible for carrying them." This is the balance the Stoics practiced: compassion without attachment, kindness without self-destruction, love without losing inner stability. We will journey deeper into Stoic philosophy and discover how Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca protected their minds while facing enormous pressure, criticism, betrayal, and uncertainty. Because the greatest warriors in history were not only those who conquered enemies outside themselves, they were those who learned to guard the kingdom within. Imagine carrying the weight of an entire empire on your shoulders. Millions of people depend on your decisions. Every choice is judged. Every mistake is remembered. Every enemy is waiting for weakness. Now imagine trying to maintain peace of mind while carrying that responsibility. Most people would assume such a person would be constantly angry, anxious, or overwhelmed. But one man discovered a different path. His name was Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, a man who possessed wealth, power, and influence beyond what most people could imagine. Yet when he wrote in his private journal, he did not write about luxury. He wrote reminders to himself, reminders to stay humble, reminders to control his reactions, reminders that the opinions of others were not his to carry, because Marcus understood something powerful. The size of your responsibilities does not determine the size of your peace. Your peace depends on how you manage your inner world. Every day, Marcus faced situations that could have consumed his energy: political conflicts, military threats, personal betrayal, the pressure of leadership. Yet he repeatedly returned to one principle: control what you can, release what you cannot. This was not just philosophy. It was survival. Imagine standing in the middle of a battlefield. Arrows are flying. The enemy is approaching. A wise general does not waste energy screaming at the clouds because it is raining. He does not become angry because the wind is blowing. He focuses on what he can control: the strategy, the soldiers, the next decision. Life works the same way. Many people lose their energy fighting invisible battles. They argue with the past. They fight against other people's opinions. They worry about future events they cannot predict. They spend their mental strength on things that cannot be changed. The Stoics called this a misunderstanding of control. Epictetus built much of his philosophy around this idea. He taught his students that some things belong to us and some things do not. Our judgments belong to us. Our actions belong to us. Our choices belong to us. But external events do not. Other people's thoughts do not. The past does not. The future does not fully belong to us. Imagine you are holding a bow. You choose the target. You prepare carefully. You control your breathing. You release the arrow. But after the arrow leaves your hand, the wind may change. The conditions may shift. The target may move. A wise archer understands, my responsibility was to shoot with skill, not, I must control everything after the arrow flies. Many people suffer because they demand control over the uncontrollable. They believe, if everyone understood me, I would have peace. If everyone treated me well, I would be happy. If nothing unexpected happened, I would finally relax. But this gives your peace to forces outside yourself. The Stoics offered another way: build a peace that cannot easily be taken. There is a story about Epictetus teaching his students near a marketplace. A student asked him, "Teacher, how can I remain calm when people insult me?" Epictetus pointed toward a musician playing a beautiful song. "Do you become angry when someone dislikes the music?" The student replied, "No, why?" "Because everyone has different tastes." Epictetus smiled. "Then why become angry when someone dislikes you?" That lesson is simple but profound. An opinion is only an opinion. It is not a command. It is not a definition of your worth. It is simply another person's perception. Seneca also understood the danger of wasting energy. He warned that many people do not lack time. They waste the time and energy they already possess. They spend hours worrying about things that never happen. They spend years chasing approval from people they barely know. They spend their lives trying to impress others instead of developing themselves. Seneca believed that a wise person guards their attention carefully, because attention is the doorway through which life enters. Whatever you repeatedly focus on becomes part of you. Focus on resentment. Resentment grows. Focus on comparison. Insecurity grows. Focus on gratitude and virtue. Peace grows. Imagine a garden again. A gardener does not plant every seed that arrives. Some seeds create beauty, others create weeds. The wise gardener chooses. Your mind requires the same discipline. Not every thought deserves to be planted. Not every emotion deserves to be followed. Not every person deserves unlimited access to your energy. This does not mean becoming selfish. The Stoics were not teaching people to stop caring. They were teaching people to care wisely. Marcus Aurelius showed kindness even toward enemies. Epictetus taught compassion even after hardship. Seneca wrote about generosity and human connection, but they all understood one important boundary. Helping others should not require destroying yourself. A candle can provide light, but if it burns completely away, it can no longer illuminate anything. Your energy works the same way. You must protect your own flame. There is another story about a wise old monk who was asked, "Why do you seem peaceful while others are constantly disturbed?" The monk replied, "I have learned not to invite every visitor into my home." The student asked, "Who are the visitors?" The monk smiled. "Every angry thought, every unnecessary worry, every opinion that does not belong to me. My mind has a door, and I choose what enters." This is the essence of Stoic strength. Your mind has a door, your attention has a gate, your energy has value. Guard it, because the world will constantly ask for your attention. People will ask for your reaction. Problems will ask for your worry. Distractions will ask for your focus. But wisdom gives you the power to choose. You do not have to respond to every invitation. You do not have to fight every battle. You do not have to carry every burden. The strongest people are not those who have unlimited energy. They are those who know exactly where their energy should go. We will explore powerful stories of silence, discipline, and emotional strength, how people throughout history protected their peace by refusing to waste energy on meaningless conflicts and unnecessary drama, because sometimes the greatest victory is not defeating your enemies, it is refusing to let them disturb your inner world. There is a powerful moment in every person's life when they finally realize something important. Not every battle deserves to be fought. Not every opinion deserves an answer. Not every person deserves unlimited access to your energy. For years, many people believe strength means responding to everything. They think being powerful means proving themselves, explaining themselves, winning every argument, showing everyone they are right. But the Stoics discovered a deeper form of strength, the strength to remain calm when chaos invites you to participate, because anyone can react. Reaction requires no discipline, but choosing your response that requires mastery. Imagine a calm lake. A stone is thrown into the water. For a moment, waves appear. The surface becomes disturbed, but eventually the lake becomes still again. The stone affected the surface, but it never changed the depth. A Stoic mind works the same way. Life will throw stones, criticism, failure, disrespect, unexpected problems. But your goal is not to prevent every stone from being thrown. Your goal is to develop a depth that cannot be easily disturbed. The philosopher who refused to fight every battle there is a story about a philosopher who walked through a crowded marketplace every morning. One day, a stranger began insulting him loudly. The stranger criticized his clothing, his beliefs, his appearance. The people around them waited for a response. They expected anger. They expected a debate. They expected the philosopher to defend his honor. But he simply continued walking. A student following behind him was confused. "Teacher, why did you ignore him?" The philosopher smiled. "If someone gives you a gift and you refuse to accept it, who owns the gift?" The student replied, "The person who brought it." Exactly. The same is true with insults. If I do not accept them, they remain with the person who created them. This is one of the greatest forms of emotional freedom, understanding that you do not have to receive every negative thing offered to you. Someone else's anger does not have to become your anger. Someone else's insecurity does not have to become your insecurity. Someone else's chaos does not have to become your chaos. The psychology of choosing silence. Modern psychology has discovered something the Stoics practiced thousands of years ago. Not every emotional impulse requires action. When we feel attacked, the brain naturally prepares us to defend ourselves. The body becomes tense. The mind searches for a response. The ego says, "You must prove yourself. You cannot let them win. They must understand you." But sometimes the most powerful response is no response. Silence creates space between emotion and action. That space is where wisdom lives. A person who reacts immediately is controlled by the moment. A person who pauses controls the moment. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself that anger gives power to the person who caused it. If someone can disturb your peace whenever they want, they have control over you. But when you choose calmness, you take your power back. The Samurai and the Empty Cup. There is an old story about a young warrior who wanted to learn true strength. He visited a famous master and said, "I want to become powerful. Teach me." The master poured tea into a cup. The cup became full, but he continued pouring. The tea spilled everywhere. The warrior shouted, "Stop! The cup is already full." The master smiled. "You are like this cup. Your mind is already filled with pride, opinions, and expectations. Before you can learn strength, you must empty yourself." The warrior asked, "How does this relate to protecting my energy?" The master replied, "When your mind is full of ego, every small thing creates conflict. But when your mind is calm, you choose what deserves your attention." Many people are exhausted because their minds are overcrowded. Too many opinions, too many fears, too many unnecessary battles. They carry yesterday's arguments into today's opportunities. They allow strangers to live rent-free inside their thoughts. They spend precious energy fighting battles that ended long ago. The Stoics practiced the art of release, the power of walking away. One of the hardest lessons in life is accepting that some situations cannot be fixed. Some people will misunderstand you. Some people will never appreciate your efforts. Some conflicts cannot be solved through more explanation. The ego struggles with this. The ego says, "Make them understand, prove your point, get the last word." Wisdom says, "Protect your peace." Walking away is not always surrender. Sometimes it is a declaration of self-respect. A person who knows their worth does not need to chase every argument. They understand that peace is more valuable than victory, because what is the value of winning an argument if you lose your peace? A lesson from Marcus Aurelius. During Marcus Aurelius' reign, he faced betrayal from people close to him. He experienced criticism from citizens who disagreed with his decisions. He faced enemies who wanted his empire destroyed. Yet his writings reveal something remarkable. He refused to become bitter. Why? Because he understood that allowing hatred to control his mind would create another enemy inside himself. The external enemy was already difficult enough. Why create an internal one? This is a lesson many people need today. Sometimes the person who hurt you is no longer present, but the emotional damage continues because you keep giving them your energy. You replay the conversation, you repeat the pain, you imagine different outcomes without realizing it. You allow the past to continue controlling the present. The Stoic solution is not pretending nothing happened. It is choosing freedom. You acknowledge the lesson, you release the burden, you continue walking. Your energy is your life force. Every morning you wake up with a limited amount of attention, a limited amount of emotional strength, a limited amount of time. Where will you spend it? On arguments that lead nowhere? On people who constantly drain you? On worries that may never happen? Or on building the life you truly want? The Stoics understood that mastery begins with attention. Where attention goes, energy follows. Where energy goes, your life grows. So choose carefully. Protect your mind, protect your peace, protect your energy, because the person who controls their attention controls their life. We will explore practical Stoic habits you can use every day to protect your energy, create stronger boundaries, reduce emotional exhaustion, and build a mind that remains calm even when the world around you becomes chaotic, because true strength is not having unlimited energy. It is knowing what deserves it. The greatest mistake people make is believing that peace comes from changing everything around them. They think, "I will finally be peaceful when everyone treats me better. I will finally relax when life becomes easier. I will finally feel happy when I have fewer problems." But the Stoics discovered a different truth. Peace does not begin when the world becomes quiet. Peace begins when your mind becomes disciplined. You cannot control every person. You cannot control every event. You cannot prevent every disappointment. but you can build a mind that does not collapse every time life becomes difficult. Protecting your energy is not something you do once. It is a daily practice, a way of living, a commitment to stop giving your attention to things that do not deserve it. Here are powerful Stoic habits to guard your energy every day. 1. Begin your morning without giving away your mind. The first moments of your day are powerful. Many people wake up and immediately allow the world to enter their mind. Notifications, messages, news, social media, other people's opinions. Before they even understand their own thoughts, they are already reacting. The Stoics believed the morning was a sacred opportunity. Marcus Aurelius began his days with reflection. Before facing the world, he prepared his mind. Try this. Before touching your phone, spend 5 quiet minutes asking, what kind of person do I want to be today? Not, what problems will I face? Not, what does everyone need from me? But, how can I act with wisdom today? Your morning mindset becomes the foundation of your energy. 2. Stop explaining yourself to everyone. One of the biggest drains on energy is constantly trying to convince people to understand you. You explain your choices. You defend your decisions. You justify your boundaries. You try to prove your intentions. But the Stoics understood something important. A person who is committed to misunderstanding you will never be satisfied by more explanations. Your character does not need constant advertising. A tree does not argue with someone who says it is too tall. A river does. Not defend why it continues flowing. It simply exists according to its nature. Live according to your values. Let your actions speak. 3. Choose your battles carefully. Not every disagreement deserves your energy. Not every criticism deserves your attention. Not every conflict deserves your response. Imagine a skilled warrior entering a battlefield. Would they waste their strength fighting every person they see? No, they understand strategy. They know when to engage. They know when to move forward. Life requires the same wisdom. Before reacting, ask, will this matter tomorrow? Will this improve the situation? Am I protecting my values or just my ego? Sometimes silence is not weakness. Sometimes silence is victory. 4. Create emotional boundaries. Many people confuse kindness with unlimited access. They believe being a good person means always saying yes, always listening, always helping, always carrying others' problems. But even the strongest person has limits. A candle can provide light, but if it burns itself completely away, it can no longer help anyone. Boundaries are not walls built from anger. They are protection built from wisdom. You can care about someone without carrying their entire emotional world. You can love people without losing yourself. 5. Practice the Stoic pause between what happens and how you respond. There is a small moment. That moment is your power. Someone insults you. Pause. Someone disappoints you. Pause. Something goes wrong. Pause. The ego wants immediate reaction. Wisdom creates space. Epictetus taught that our first impressions are not always accurate. Before believing every thought or emotion, examine it. Ask, is this reaction helping me become better? If not, release it. 6. Protect your attention like your most valuable possession. Your attention is the doorway to your life. Whatever receives your attention receives your energy. If you constantly consume negativity, negativity becomes your environment. If you constantly compare yourself, you weaken your confidence. If you constantly focus on problems, problems become your entire world. Be intentional. Choose what you watch. Choose what you read. Choose who influences your thinking. A wise person does not allow everyone to decorate their mind. 7. Stop carrying yesterday into today. Many people wake up with emotional baggage from years ago. Old arguments, old mistakes, old disappointments. They are physically living in the present, but mentally living in the past. The Stoics understood that the past cannot be changed, but the lesson can be kept. Take the wisdom, release the weight. A scar is evidence that healing happened. It does not need to remain an open wound forever. 8. Spend time in silence. The modern world fears silence. The moment people become uncomfortable, they reach for distraction. But silence is where you reconnect with yourself. Spend time walking without headphones, sit without your phone, write your thoughts, observe your emotions. You will discover something powerful. Not every thought needs to be followed. Not every feeling needs to become an action. The calm mind is not empty, it is organized. 9. Keep a daily Stoic journal. Marcus Aurelius wrote reminders to himself because he understood human nature. Even wise people need discipline. Each evening, write 3 questions. What drained my energy today? What deserved my energy today? What can I release before tomorrow? Over time, you will begin noticing patterns. You will see where your energy disappears, and you will learn how to protect it. 10. Remember, your peace is your responsibility. Nobody else can create your inner peace. Other people can support you, they can encourage you, they can inspire you, but ultimately, your mind belongs to you. Marcus Aurelius could not control the entire Roman Empire, but he could control his response. Epictetus could not control every circumstance, but he could control his character. Seneca could not control every event, but he could control his judgment. That is the foundation of Stoic strength, not controlling everything, controlling yourself. There is an ancient story about a gardener who spent years creating a beautiful garden. A visitor asked, "How do you keep your garden so peaceful?" The gardener replied, "I remove the weeds every day." The visitor looked around. "Is that all?" The gardener smiled. "Yes, peace is not created by adding more. Sometimes it is created by removing what does not belong. Your mind is the same. Remove unnecessary worry. Remove meaningless arguments. Remove constant comparison. Remove the need for everyone's approval. Protect what remains, your peace, your focus, your energy. We will bring everything together with a powerful 30-day energy protection challenge, a practical Stoic journey to help you reclaim your attention, strengthen your boundaries, and build a mind that remains calm no matter what happens around you. Because the greatest power is not having the ability to control the world. It is having the discipline to control what you allow into yours. Imagine reaching the end of your life and looking back at every moment you were given, every morning, every conversation, every opportunity, every dream, every relationship. Now imagine seeing a strange pattern. You realize that some of your greatest exhaustion did not come from the challenges you faced. It came from the energy you gave away. Energy spent trying to impress people who were never truly watching. Energy spent arguing with people who never wanted to understand. Energy spent worrying about situations that never happened. Energy spent carrying burdens that were never yours. And then you ask yourself one important question: what could I have created if I had protected my energy more carefully? This question is not meant to create regret. It is meant to create awareness, because today is another opportunity, a new chance to choose differently, a new chance to stop giving your greatest resource to things that do not deserve it. The Stoics understood something profound. Your life is not measured only by what happens to you. It is measured by what you allow those things to do inside you. Two people can experience the same hardship. One becomes bitter, the other becomes wiser. The difference is not always the event. The difference is the mind that receives it. Marcus Aurelius faced war, loss, illness, and betrayal, yet he continued choosing patience. Epictetus faced suffering and limitation, yet he continued choosing freedom of mind. Seneca faced political danger and uncertainty, yet he continued searching for wisdom. They were not powerful because life protected them. They were powerful because they protected themselves from unnecessary inner chaos, and you can do the same. The 30-day energy protection challenge for the next 30 days. Make one commitment. Protect your energy like something sacred. Not because you are selfish, because your energy determines how you show up in the world. A person with no energy cannot give their best. A person with no peace cannot create peace. A person controlled by distractions cannot focus on what truly matters. So begin today, days 1-7. Protect your attention. For 1 week, become aware of where your attention goes. Ask yourself, is this making me stronger or weaker? Notice the content you consume, the conversations you join, the thoughts you repeat, the people who influence your emotions. You do not need to remove everything. You simply need to become conscious, because awareness is the beginning of change. Days 8-14. Master your reactions. During the second week, practice the Stoic. Pause when something frustrates you. Pause. When someone criticizes you, pause. When emotions rise, pause. Remind yourself, I choose my response. You are not your first emotion. You are the person who decides what happens next. Days 15-21. Release what is not yours. This week is about letting go. Write down the things you cannot control, other people's opinions, the past, the future, someone else's choices, someone else's approval. Look at the list, then ask, why am I spending my energy here? Release the burden, keep the lesson, move forward. Days 22-30. Build your inner strength. The final week is about creating a stronger foundation. Every morning, choose one intention. Today I will remain calm. Today I will protect my focus. Today I will act according to my values. Every evening, reflect. What protected my energy today? What drained my energy today? What will I choose differently tomorrow? Small daily choices create a powerful life. Remember this, a person who protects their energy is not someone who avoids life. They participate in life more deeply. They still love, they still care, they still help, but they no longer destroy themselves trying to control everything. They understand that compassion does not require exhaustion. Kindness does not require self-neglect. Strength does not require constant conflict. The strongest tree in the forest does not fight every storm. It does not chase every falling leaf. It does not argue with the wind. It simply grows deep roots. And because its roots are strong, the storms cannot easily move it. Your mind needs roots. Your values are your roots. Your discipline is your roots. Your self-control is your roots. When those roots become strong, the world can become chaotic without taking away your peace. So the next time someone tries to pull you into unnecessary drama, remember, you do not have to enter every battlefield. The next time someone criticizes you, remember, you do not have to carry every opinion. The next time life becomes uncertain, remember, you do not have to control everything to remain calm. You only need to protect what is truly yours, your thoughts, your choices, your character, your energy. Because your energy is your life. Where you place it, your life follows. So guard it carefully. Give it to what grows you. Give it to what matters. Give it to the people and purposes that deserve it, and release everything else. Because true freedom is not having control over the entire world. True freedom is no longer allowing the entire world to control you. Protect your peace. Strengthen your mind. Choose your battles wisely. And remember, the person who masters their energy masters their life. If this message helped you, share your thoughts below. What is one thing you are choosing to stop giving your energy to? Your answer may inspire someone else to protect their own peace. And if you want more lessons on Stoicism, mental strength, discipline, emotional control, and timeless wisdom, subscribe and continue this journey with us. Your peace is valuable. Guard it. Your energy is powerful. Direct it wisely. Your life is waiting. Begin today.